in Dune. He's doing the Bob Dylan movie.
Hold on,
He's in a movie called
almost everything has been has been like a really big.
It was in Lady
success.
Bird, right? Like he's had a lot of successful movies, and Dune is like the first movie.
Time out.
He was in a French Dispatch with Wes Anderson this year as well.
Time out. Y'all gotta hold on.
There's like 7 books or something, and they're all pretty thick.
Yeah.
You said they're pretty thick. How thick are they?
Thicker than you. Anyway, maybe here's my hypothesis.
I don't want
and parts.
Scene we walk in.
The whole introduction, and then boxing.
Yeah.
What's in the box?
Crunchberry niggas, damn.
And it goes a little something like.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Film Dissection. I'm your host Tim Gagen, joined by
Bryan Jiminez,
Yusef Shah,
and today is my pick, and we watched the new 2021 film Dune, directed by Denis Villeneuve, and I can say I really enjoyed this movie. How about you guys?
Yeah, I could say I definitely enjoyed watching it. That's for sure.
Same here. So overall, it seems we all enjoyed it in our own way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What are some characters you guys really liked and really found interesting? I think. So
they're definitely the most interesting. At least I think is probably the main character, Paul Atreides. The main character of the film, played by Timothee Chalamet. He's kind of an interesting character because he's the prince of the whole Atreides bloodline, but he's also got this whole witch bloodline thing in, so he's got some like powers and some visions throughout the movie. So he's got these 2 different powerful entities within his bloodline, kind of, which gives him a unique place in this universe.
Timothee Chalamet, bro.
I've talked to so many girls who either watch this movie or want to watch this movie, and I think pretty much all of them have watched it or are wanting to watch it simply because of Timothee Chalamet.
Bro, I was hearing about this kid, fucking Timothee Chalamet, back in junior year of high school, bro. And they talk about, oh my god, he's so... And I remember, like, they were all telling me, this kid is, like, he's so hot, all this. Oh, he's in Call Me By Your Name. He's in Little Women. Oh, Lady Bird. Those are 2 big ones, Lady Bird and Little Women. And they're like, oh my god, like...
He's in Interstellar.
He was?
Yeah, the kid.
He's Matthew McConaughey's son.
Damn, he wasn't in Interstellar.
That's probably his first big thing that I can think of.
Damn, I didn't even realize that was him. But and I see a picture of this guy, and I'm just like, huh? He's hot?
I saw this one video post the other day. It's like, how the hell is Paul Atreides winning all these fights in Dune? I can beat the shit out of him.
Like, that's what I'm saying. He's oh my god, bro. Timothee Chalamet. But that's what's in now. Like, that's like, it's like, I don't know how to explain it.
The big thing is the jawline.
Tim, no disrespect, but you're the hot guy now. Like, out of all 3 of us, like, if like you put us all 3 by 3, like side by side, and like you ask like a bunch of girls, like, who is the hottest out of 3 of us, they're all pointing to you. You, like, you're the type of nigga they want now. Like, no disrespect. Like, it's like the kind of like the nerdy white boy type look, like the Tom Holland. You got your Tom Hollands, your Timothee Chalamets. Like, that's what's in now. Like the nerdy white boy. That's why I like Robert Pattinson, because you no disrespect.
No disrespect every 10 seconds. Just say it. Disrespect.
No disrespect. Is like, well, hear what Robert Pattinson, Timothee Chalamet, and Tom Holland all like have in common is that they're all kind of weird and like look like that they would like consider shooting up a school. like that's but
that's what we find attractive.
But like, you can't like that. Okay, you can't tell me I'm wrong though. That's what they love about this kid. It's just like, he's so edgy. He looks like he would gaslight you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, type shit. Like, like the type of guy who would paint his fingernails, wear like all the fucking lock, all the rings, the lock chain, like those type of guys, like e-boys. They look like e-boys.
I feel like I've noticed like feminine features in guys have kind of been a little bit more like in.
Yeah, it's definitely been in. Like it's a huge thing. It's just kind of funny. Like Tim, I honestly think like if you change the way you dressed to like the way any one of them like dressed, you would like that would be like the only thing, and like you would have bitches all over you, like no cap. Oh god, that sounds terrible. We're getting misogynist.
We'll be fighting off girls, bro.
Yeah, you would. I mean, you already are now, pretty much. Like this man Tim. For those of you who don't know, this man Tim, he's what the boys refer to as a demon. He's out here just honestly putting in work, but he's married at the moment. He's got a loving wife and kids.
He's engaged.
Mm-hmm. Tim is very much so. He's a loyal guy, and we respect that. He has to fight off all the women constantly, and it's just like, I don't know how you do it, bro.
Just in a day's work.
Whenever he walks down a block, they think he's Timothee Chalamet, bro. And,
really though. Oh, he gets stressed. Tim, you're Timothee Chalamet now. That's your name. You're no longer Tim. What the fuck is your last name?
Tim the Third.
McTimson the Third. Tim Gagen. That's your last name. But you're Timothee Chalamet now. You're Tim Chalamet. Wow.
I've always had competition.
Nice.
Yeah. You're Timothy.
His name was Paul. Yeah, Paul
Atreides. Also, speaking on the whole thing, a while back I just saw a thing that's like, is Timothee Chalamet and other actors that look like him. They're like, I felt that it said something to the fact it's like, what girls want now is guys that look like they have scurvy. I think I can find that picture. You can find the picture.
Said that? The guys who have scurvy. That's so fucked. But no, it's like in now, like the whole.
Oh my god!
If I can find the picture, I'm putting it in the chat.
I looked up scurvy, and I do not like what I'm seeing right now.
Oh my god!
But all jokes aside, though, Timothee Chalamet is on a roll in terms of.
He is on a roll.
He's on a roll.
He's the new Leo DiCaprio.
I don't want to compare him to Leo, but yeah.
Whoa!
A lot of good, not just like shitty movies. Like he's the new Willy Wonka. He's the new, the main protagonist in Dune. He's doing the Bob Dylan movie. He's in a movie called
Almost everything has been on. Has been like a really big.
It was in Lady Bird, right? Like he's had a lot of successful movies, and Dune is like the first movie.
Time out.
He was in A French Dispatch with Wes Anderson this year as well.
Time out. Y'all gotta hold on. Nah, I'm calling a foul on the play.
I love Leo, but you gotta understand, at the level when Leo was in his youth, he was in the same position that Tim was in terms of being casted in all these great movies and getting all the attention. He was the heartthrob, right?
Being the heartthrob,
and now it's Tim, all right? Someone came up, and now it's Tim. No shame about it, bro. There's no shame.
Hell no. Time out.
Sorry.
I'm calling. Oh no, foul, flagrant 2, Tech on Tim, flagrant 2 on Bry. Hell no. I get your point. I get where you coming from, right? But we are not
better. I just want to make that clear. I like Leo's acting better than Tim's, but that's all I got.
Well, he's also got more time.
Niggas is saying Timothee Chalamet is on the same path as Leo DiCaprio. The man that did Shutter Island, the man that did Gangs of New York, the man that did he was in Django Unchained. He was in Titanic. My nigga was in what's that? Wolf of Wall, bro.
But those are all when he's older.
Give Tim in a couple years, maybe like 20 years, and let's see what he comes out with, bro. He's already in great movies as it is. That's all I gotta say.
But
I'm not saying he's any better. We're saying he's at like the same position that Leo was in.
In his youth, yeah. Leo
they're on the same scale. They're on the same scale.
Now, will Tim eventually become a better actor than Leo? That's arguable.
We have to wait and see.
It's too soon. Obviously, Leo's too old to play a young character, so they have to get someone that's young and is a decent actor. That's
you know what I will say. I haven't seen it all of Timothee Chalamet. This is the only Timothee other than Interstellar, I guess. This is the only Timothee Chalamet movie I've seen. So you know what? I'm gonna go watch Little Women.
You lying? Yeah.
Lady
Lady
I
Bird,
think Call Me by Your
and
Name
Call
is
Me by
probably
Your
his
Name.
most impressive
Yeah,
acting.
He's in the new movie French Dispatch by Wes Anderson.
I'm not watching
He's
that.
supposed
I'll watch Call Me by Your Name. I'll watch all the other three though.
Do you
No,
not like Wes Anderson, bro?
no, I have no issue with saying this. I'll probably watch it. I was just fucking with you.
Oh, I'm going to say, bro.
Yeah.
I've
I
seen
love,
much of Wes
I love
Anderson. I think the only movie I've seen of Wes has
Wes
been Fantastic Mr. Fox, and that was
I
like
love
when
that
it came
movie.
out when I was little.
I love that movie.
I really want to see Grand Budapest.
Grand Budapest Hotel. It's a solid movie. But yeah, that's all we got to say. We'll see in 20, 30 years where Tim's at. Besides Tim, I mean, the whole movie is filled with like a bomb ass cast. They got
Great
Oscar
actors.
Isaac, they got Jason Momoa,
Mm-hmm.
they got Zendaya, which made like an appearance for like 10
Javier
minutes. All
Bardem.
she's doing half the time is just walking and looking back, like fucking
She's in it for
perfume
solid 10
commercial.
minutes, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
9 of it, like 8 of those minutes are just like a dream sequence. 2 of those minutes is
But
walking.
she's there at the end of the day. They got Javier Bardem,
What's the mom's name?
Josh Brolin.
Josh
Her name's
What's the
Brolin.
actress?
Rebecca Ferguson.
Rebecca Ferguson.
Mm-hmm.
And they also have shit, what's his name?
They got Stellan
Dave Bautista.
Dave Bautista.
Yeah,
Dave
Skarsgård.
Bautista.
Batista bomb.
Yeah, but I mean, overall, the cast is packed. Let's just put
I
it
feel
that
like
way.
there's some more people I can't think of. Who was the witch lady? I feel like she was someone notable.
I don't know.
Keep it a bean. I don't. I'm Charlotte Rampling. That's her name, but
Doesn't sound familiar, but I feel like she's been in stuff.
I don't recognize her sadly.
Dune,
I mean,
Dune Cat.
Kang Chen, the guy that played the Doctor, he doesn't look familiar at all, but he played a pretty interesting role in that
Oh,
movie.
Josh Brolin. Forgot about him.
We said
I
Josh
saw Josh
Brolin.
Brolin.
Yeah.
Oh, he did? Oh,
Yeah.
shit. Never mind.
Then you got
Thanos.
Sharon Duncan Brewster played the Dr. Liet, which is I call her the Sand Girl, the black scientist in the movie. Yeah, like I said,
I remember him.
like I said, the cast was pretty
Yeah,
packed.
a lot of this is definitely getting cut out. But no cap. Honestly, Timothee Chalamet was giving me, Paul Atreides, he was giving me, como se dice, Anakin Skywalker vibes.
Yeah, you're telling me you're like something seems a little fishy about him.
Yeah,
right?
he seems very off. Like he's like the whole family seems kind of off. That's what I was saying. Like the whole Atreides family. Like I said, like I don't think we're watching the good guys of this story.
This wasn't my description, but I saw some descriptions on this movie, and the best way to describe it to someone is it's basically sci-fi Game of Thrones.
I literally was saying that to Brian earlier. That's
it's
how
a
you described
sci-fi
it to
movie
me.
with it's literally a medieval movie with the paint sci-fi.
Yeah, it's Star Wars meets Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so for sure,
But in that aspect, it's really rich.
Mm-hmm.
With the whole dynamic of all these houses and stuff.
Yeah, and I was getting very much so Hayden Christensen, Anakin Skywalker vibes. Like he kind of seems to be like, it's clear that he's the chosen one, but it's kind of like clear that he's like confused almost. Like he doesn't really know it's not that he doesn't know right from wrong, but he doesn't know what's like the right and wrong decision to make. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas because he has these visions,
the right thing.
And like the biggest I think notable scene of this is like when he fights what's his name? Because now I need to remember names. I don't remember not one of these names on
But it
everything.
fights too.
The guy at the end,
the black guy at the end. I don't know what the fuck his name is.
It wasn't in there much.
His name is Jamis.
Jamis. So yeah, when he fights Jamis, there's a scene where like Jamis is telling him like, I'll teach you how to help you make it through the sands or whatever, right? Like here's a scene, like he has a dream about that. And then he kills Janice. And I was just like, what? I thought this dude was supposed to become your boy and like, like your mentor type John and help you like learn about the sands and shit. But then he kills him and I'm just like, oh. Like something kind of like, that's like kind of like the alert to me that like something's kind of like going wrong, That's what I mean.
But he did like when he was talking to the witch lady, she was asking about like his dreams, and didn't he say like they don't always come true?
Yeah.
Like, so I don't know if sometimes like they are true and sometimes they aren't, or if this is anything different.
Besides, I mean, if he doesn't do it, it's not like there's nobody that can teach him. Like literally, there's a whole gang of people that could teach him the ways of the fucking
You're right
Sith.
about that, but they
Definitely
wouldn't
showed it
put
for a
that.
reason.
But they wouldn't. Why? Let's think about this from a film standpoint. Why would they put that in there if it didn't matter?
B-roll.
Not in the movie like this. Not in a movie like this.
Definitely means something.
Yeah, I
But
think
we have
there's
to
like
wait
a
and see.
message that like something's kind of like fucked up. Something isn't going the way it's supposed
Also, I'm
to.
assuming no one here really knows much about the Dune lore, right? No one
No,
really looked
I'm
into
assuming
that
you
too
do,
much.
Tim, because it feels like you have the best understanding of this.
I mean, I watched a little bit, but I don't want to get anything spoiled to me, so I've looked a very little amount.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm avoiding any spoilers.
Yeah, Sam. I'm not planning on reading the books.
Because this is part 1 of 2 or 3 potentially.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's 3. There's no way this is gonna fit into 2 movies.
Oh, right. There he is.
That's the book.
Oh, you bought it?
I read half of it like a while ago, not like anytime soon.
So from the stuff that you read, have you gotten past the movie?
No.
Oh,
Like
there's
the
only
book
one book? I thought there was like multiple books.
No, there's multiple books.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
I'm
Okay.
like at the point where like the dad dies in the book. So in the movie, that's like the first like 30.
Okay, so maybe it'll just be 2 parts, at least for the first book. I don't know if they'll go past that.
Pretty thick.
But yeah, I've heard it's a pretty extensive series. There's like 7 books or something, and they're all pretty thick.
Yeah.
You said they're pretty thick. How thick are they?
Thicker than you. Anyway, maybe here's my hypothesis.
I don't want to
And
pay you.
part 2, they'll explain that little scene better. Like Yusef's question. I think maybe in part 2 they'll hint at that again, or maybe
I mean, they
explain
have to.
why.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll just have to wait because there probably is a reason. I mean, especially with a director like Denis.
Denis Villeneuve.
Denis Villeneuve, whatever. I'm gonna call him Denny. Denny is not some random ass director. He's really good and does everything with a purpose, like most directors should, right? But he does it in a very unique way. So
This is my favorite director right now, by the way. Like everything he's put out that I've seen, I've really enjoyed.
yeah, so
I don't know if you guys seen a lot of his other work, but
I have. His work is very
him.
recognizable. Like the cinematography and all of his movies.
And sci-fi, I feel like he really fits that mold very well.
You're right. He is.
Like I was watching this movie, and like at the beginning they were like showing everything. I'm like, God, this is why I really love like sci-fi movies. Like just building up this whole world, building everything looks so cool.
The world. I will say this: the world building was pretty enjoyable to watch. Like, it wasn't too overwhelming. I think they did a good job at like really kind of telling us the story of where the hell this is taking place at.
But yeah, the visuals specifically blow me away because this man knows how to make great shots.
I will say that the cinematography of this movie is it's really fucking good.
Perfect.
Granted,
this is like on this.
Most of it
like
is
my favorite looking movie of all time is Blade Runner 2049, which is his last work.
Mm-hmm.
That movie looks amazing, and this is like on the same scale as that.
Mm-hmm.
I think my favorite scene was when they got attacked, like the explosions and everything going down. That was pretty nice. I really enjoyed that.
One of my favorite scenes is when the fucking fat nigga, one of the Skarsgård niggas, when he's coming out of the fucking black water, like just head first. That shit is pretty sick. That was a good.
That was, according to this Instagram movie page, it was Denny was inspired by Apocalypse Now, because in Apocalypse Now there's like almost like the same scene basically. That's a bald guy coming out of like a mud pit or something, and he's covered in the mud, and it's exactly what it looks like in Dune.
Yeah, I saw that post too. Because now I get a whole bunch of cinematography shit since you guys keep sending to me on my DMs. Now it's all on my Explore page. So
welcome, Yusef.
Fuck you.
Welcome.
Suck my dick.
Yusef probably just had like Instagram models in his For You page.
No, I didn't. Sadly, on my For You page is cars, fashion, basketball, a little bit of soccer memes.
We can get rid of the cars. Let's add cinematography to that one.
Now it's Fashion, cars, basketball, a little bit of soccer memes, and a bunch of cinematography fun facts. Or film fun facts, really.
That's what mine looks like.
Oh, and food. A lot of videos and pictures of food. Oh, and haircut videos. And, like, satisfying videos. A lot of that, too.
Guys, I think we're getting sidetracked.
I really liked Paul's character. I think he's very interesting, like, because it's weird. He's almost like a fish out of water in his own story. It's really weird, like, because he's
also naturally fits into everything.
Yeah, that's the also thing. He's a fish out of water, but he also naturally fits. He's a very interesting like character. He does like he's kind of like you can tell that he's like nervous to an extent. Like you can tell he doesn't want to like fuck up because these premonitions he's getting. He doesn't want to fuck up and make the wrong decision. So he's like very calculated in almost everything he does. And he's like, I don't know. I like that about Paul.
So you said Paul was your favorite character, right, Tim?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it was
that or Duncan.
Duncan, Idaho, right? We talked a little bit about
the name.
That Duncan Idaho is a cool name. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
He died an honorable death.
Duncan didn't die. Oh, he did.
Yes, he did.
He went out like a badass.
Yeah, bro.
He definitely did die. I'm thinking he didn't. I was like, and then I remembered the scene. I was like, oh yeah, he definitely died. Damn.
Sacrificed himself. Like 30 dudes.
Yeah. He went out like a beast. He went out the most typical Jason Momoa way possible.
But that's Jason Momoa for you. Something he handled.
Yeah, I did like his character a lot. Not my favorite.
I want to meet Jason Momoa in real life. Jason Momoa seems like such a fun guy to meet.
Yeah, I feel like I said, he's just kind of like a long-haired version of The Rock. Like, I feel like their personalities, and like, no racial shit, because I know they're both Samoan, but like, their personalities are like very similar. Which is probably why they get typecasted to similar roles.
I mean, yeah, there's not too many other big actors of the same,
because
background.
Me and Yusef were talking about it before the podcast, but Dave Bautista was being typecasted for a while, we believe, but recently that's changed. Like he's getting more complex characters that aren't just
Apparently, I saw a post on him the other day. It was like Denis Villeneuve is the one that really kind of like gave him a helping hand into making him an actor, and he kind of like introduced him, and he said he was really thankful for him because he kind of like he not many people were really like looking at him as an actor, and he did, and he really helped his career that way.
Well, the one thing about Dave Bautista that really helps him is he played a heel for a lot of his career in WWE, so he knows how to play a villain and play a bad guy. So that kind of helps. Like with like a lot of actors who switch over from like sports or like wrestling into acting, what a lot of them don't possess is the ability to play like other characters. And I think what helps is learning to play a villain. Like if you can play a villain, you can kind of like mold your way into everything else. And like he's proven.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if The Rock is ever done a villain role.
Well, he's going to be soon. He's going to be Black Adam.
Oh yeah, I guess, yeah.
And he played the Scorpion King, which was also a villain, but we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that movie.
But yeah, in this movie, Dave Bautista has a complex character. His name is Beast Rabin Harkonnen. I pronounced that wrong, but
Harkonnen.
A more complex character. He's not just some guy with muscles. And I hope that Jason Momoa doesn't get typecasted in the future. We hope he gets a nice juicy role where we really get to see his acting skills. Like I was going to say, my favorite character in the movie, although he died pretty fast, is Oscar Isaac's character, which is Duke Leto. I don't know why I feel
Oscar Isaac's also a great guy. I love him.
He's a great actor, and I think he nailed the role of
so much good
being
stuff.
the Duke.
I like the Duke.
Yeah.
Say what you're gonna say, bro.
I was gonna say the scene where he's talking to Paul about him being like, no matter what happens, like if you're going to be the Duke, by all means go ahead, but if not, you'll be what I always wanted you to be, which was my son.
Dude,
like that
okay.
scene, that was a good scene. That was peak Tim and peak Duke.
That touched my heart when he said that. I was just like, damn, I wish my dad could say that to me.
I thought he was going to be a shitty father in the movie, but he turned out to be like a good leader and a good father. Which is when he died, I was like,
That's like always the trope, though. It's like, and I think that's like, not gonna lie.
It is a trope. It is a trope.
It's always the super loving and caring mother and the shitty father. Like, I feel like you rarely see like good fathers portrayed in movies, which is like bad because that destroys our perception of like how fathers are supposed to be. Not to go on like that little rant, but like I'm glad like I want to see more sons and dads having good relationships with their kids, or daughters and dads having good relationships. Like the good father who's like supportive of his son. You know, we need to see that.
And I love the fact later on when like they try to assassinate Paul, and then the one minister of defense is like, "Look, I'm sorry this happened. I'll resign." It's like, I can give a shit about your resignation and your like stuff. They tried to kill my son. You're going to find out whatever the hell happened.
But yeah, it seems like one thing I do notice is like he seems like an honorable man, and I think that's like the big thing why I like his characters. He doesn't seem like a shitty king who's trying to take advantage of people. He generally seems like he cares. Like when he goes to save those men, instead of like worrying about the spice, he's like, "Listen, we're saving them. Fuck the spices. Like we gotta save these guys." Like, you know, and it's just like the fact that he would risk him and his son's life, some guys that he probably doesn't even know the name of. That's honorable. So I think that's something I think this is a good character to pick as your favorite. He's definitely an honorable guy, and it definitely made his death a lot more solid.
I wish that he was around a little longer, but yeah, I get what
I was upset when he died.
You need to kill the parents for any like good story to start. You need to kill the parents. Is how it works.
Kill one of them. I mean, this is my prediction. I feel the mother's gonna die in part 2.
Yeah, she's gonna die.
She's pregnant though. We know she has a baby. We know she gives birth.
Fuck that baby.
Because the baby's gonna be a Furman.
Yeah, the little.
It's gonna grow up in a Furman society.
We shall see. I mean, like you said, sometimes the visions don't come true. Oh, I know. You said my favorite character. My second favorite character is that fucking worm. That worm's fucking dope. That's just massive.
The butthole worm.
Pause.
No pause. No pause. Play. That shit is massive and long and girthy.
Pause.
They made. I mean, that's just scary.
That's how it is.
Like you would suck on it. Like that's how like crazy it is. Like you would like put your mouth and just.
Shut up. No.
Just on that, John.
We got that footage. Got that on camera. Caught in 4K.
Again, who edits the podcast, Tim? You caught nothing in 4K.
Brian recorded this right now.
You also didn't catch
the last 30 seconds.
As Bry said, we didn't catch me in 4K. We caught us in 480p. That's what you caught me in. Tim, you're the only one in 4K. Or like close to 720p. Me and Bry were here in the calm 480.
We're stuck in the 2000s, bro.
No cap. Our computer,
the whole like tube television.
Bro, we still click on YouTube videos and we get rickrolled and shit.
See Fred videos.
Yeah, I mean, I just really appreciated the way they constructed, the fucking worms. Like it's actually like something like you'd be fucking scared for your life if you saw that shit coming your way.
Also, that reminds me of something I really like in this movie is the fact that like, they have that shield that makes bullets obsolete. So the best form of combat is
that was a little weird.
Moving stuff.
It's weird, but it's cool. Like I was kind of.
It's very unique, and it adds to this whole like medieval tone where it's medieval with a sci-fi paint over it.
It doesn't really stop bullets. It just slows them down so you can get them out the way. Because that's
the only thing that penetrates are slow-moving objects. So
they don't have like.
It's that they make like missiles that go slower to penetrate them, but nothing fast can penetrate.
Hold on, wasn't the one? The dad was really shot in the back because the thing was hitting the barrier and then it eventually made it through.
Yeah, but it was going slow though. It was going fast, but then it slowed down. And like Tim said, the slower it goes, the more like damage it does, which is weird because the faster the velocity, the more the impact. For some reason, it's the opposite here. The slower, the more the impact, right? And I know what you mean. Like it was kind of like it was trying to go in, and eventually, I guess his armor wasn't strong enough, and it did break in, which is weird. Like watching that go down, I was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
But if it's going quickly and it hits the armor, shouldn't it just fall to the ground? Like, isn't that how like physics work? Like an object in motion stays in motion unless like disrupted by like another force, and the another force in this case is the shield. And as soon as it realizes it can't make it through the shield, it should then lose all velocity and fall straight to the ground.
Right. That's
because there's nothing keeping it going this way. Because now there's an object in the way, so then gravity should then.
But still pushing forward, still like motorized to go forward.
With what velocity? Because now there's something in the way. Because look, Tim, if I throw this phone and like the phone hits my arm,
it's not.
And the phone hits my arm like this, but it's going at 90 miles per hour. Two things are gonna happen. It's either gonna go through my arm or it's gonna bounce off my arm. Now, since I don't got a shield, when this phone, it's gonna go through my arm, and then once it goes through, it's gonna fall to the ground because it just lost a bunch of velocity. However, if I did have a shield, once it hits the shield, boom, all the velocity is gone because now it can't continue. Now gravity takes over and pulls it to the ground.
This is also a sci-fi world where they're programmed to do that kind of stuff.
I mean, I guess, yeah.
Anything goes, bro. Mm-hmm. Anything goes.
Yeah, they got giant space worms that think they can do that.
Use your sci-fi because sci-fi ex machina.
But I don't think that was the biggest ex machina.
in the
I think
movie?
That's a pretty minor thing.
The biggest ex machina in the movie. Paul existing is an ex machina in itself.
But they kind of established that like the witches like have for generations, for hundreds of years, they've been like doing shit in the shadows, making different bloodlines.
Right. I'm gonna be honest, the witches should never be able to be defeated. Like they seem OP as hell. Like how do they have any ops?
What's the fact that
they don't have any ops? They're strategic about everything. They just have like pawns.
They're basically just like
why don't they just rule the galaxy? Because it seems as if like there's no one who can beat them.
They want to be in the shadows. That's why.
They don't want to. Wow.
I mean, like you said, if they're that powerful, I agree with you. They definitely could take over, but they don't want to.
I think they're gonna have a lot more impact in this next movie.
They don't want to be out there.
Whatever comes next.
Maybe.
Speaking of witches, that moves on to my favorite character, who was the mother. What's that bitch's name again? Her name was Lady Jessica.
Yeah, I was gonna say something with a J.
She's badass as fuck. One, because of witch powers. Genius. Absolutely genius, I tell you.
You can tell Star Wars got a lot of influence on this.
Story. Like this is like where the Force comes from, and it's like these are not the droids you're looking for. But I think this is way cooler than these are not the droids you're looking for, where they fucking speak in like a different tone, and they fucking release us, or they do that voice like the fucking set us free now. Why they sound like that? But I think that shit's dope as fuck. So I think that's so, and that makes that scene where she fucking the bitch puts Paul's hand in the box. She goes, "Put your hand in the box now," and then like he's just fucking there. And I think that's just so, that scene is so intense.
That was a really good scene.
That's a really good scene.
So I want to preface, I saw this once at home and second in theaters, and the second time I saw it was with Yusef, and I guess Yusef made some bad turns, and so he didn't show up until like 40-50 minutes late. But I was like, okay, whatever. I've already seen this movie. I'm glad I have. Otherwise, Yusef, I would have been pretty upset. But whatever, I'll forgive you. So we go. I was afraid that we would have missed that scene, but fortunately, we didn't. I think the scene we came in on is right when he's talking to Jason Momoa's character. What's his name? Duncan. And then we saw the whole witches thing, which is glad because that was like one of my favorite scenes, if not my favorite.
The scene we walk, the
whole introduction and then boxing.
Yeah.
What's in the box?
Crunchberry niggas, damn. But
edit that out. Anyway,
fuck no, I'm not editing it out. Don't tell me what to edit to keep it and take out.
You have no power here.
Exactly.
Okay. All right.
Okay. But yeah, I think those witch powers are so cool. I think Lady Jessica is badass as fuck. And she's such an interesting character because for a woman that's so powerful, she's so introverted and scared. And I think that's just such an interesting like dynamic. Like I was
really, she cried a lot during this movie.
Dude, she's like always like on edge, like always like nervous that something's about to happen. Like I don't think there was a single moment of this entire film where she like looked relaxed or calm.
It's not good for the baby.
It really isn't. She's always on edge. She's like, okay, don't worry about this. I'm like, bitch, like you were literally one
do you
of the
remember
most...
what the quote is? The fear thing? The fear is the mind killer kind of whole monologue?
Oh, that thing. I don't remember it, but yeah.
That's a dope ass line.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember fear is the mind killer. I can't remember what else though.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually pretty damn long, Tim. It says, I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. I will face my fear. I will permit it to pass over me and through me. And when it has gone past, I will turn the inner eye to see its path. Where the fear has gone, there will be nothing. Only I will remain.
Damn. That's
It's
deep. Yo, copy and paste that into the Discord. I'm about to say that shit to myself whenever I get whenever like the anxiety starts kicking in.
It's just deep, bro.
Whenever it's in a risky text.
You know, cap.
I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. You can edit this out a little, but like this is what you're gonna say before you're going with your girl, bro. Must not fear. Fear is the mind killer.
Right before I put that shit in.
When she says, "I don't got any cons," but you really want.
I must not fear. Fear is a mind killer. My period. No, when she says, my period is late. I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. Wait, we got one more. The class average on this test was a 60. I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. Oh man, that's how I feel about Quantum Club. So...
Literally me, bro. Whenever Hey Bryan.
Bro, every time a fucking a meeting starts, like for a script to screen meeting starts, like on Mondays, I'm just praying. I'm just like,
that's the thing. We're getting sidetracked. You're Lady Jessica, bro.
I am Lady Jessica. I think that's me. Me and her relate is like me and her are like the two of the most powerful people. Yet like we're just always on edge. Like it's just I love her though.
Yeah. But I guess they have to deal with the most because they got the most pre-planning done, and she's like, you know, with all the generations, she's got to worry about.
Yeah,
she's got a lot on her shoulders with Paul.
And it's clear that like. She does have a quote unquote, maybe or may not have a baby. And it's clear like the witch does. Oh, she does. Okay, it is confirmed. It's clear that the witch bitches don't fuck with her like that. They clearly have an issue with her.
Yeah, because she wasn't have to have a son. Or she could have had a son, but she can't have the son have powers, which she did give. She's like, supposed to be strictly a woman.
She had a son and she taught him the ways of the fucking witches. Which is no, there's two no, so this bitch is a savage, obviously.
She's not supposed to have she can't control that.
I mean, she's a witch. I don't know if she can control that shit, to be honest. Maybe she can. I don't know.
But Paul definitely isn't supposed to know that stuff.
And now he does.
But the witch is like, okay, we're just gonna roll with this. If you fuck up, we're in hell or something.
One thing that did kind of bother me was the fact that Tim picked up on his powers super quick. Like I felt that was like I wanted to see him struggle to learn
throughout.
But no, he struggled once.
He didn't
fucked up once. He fucked up once.
How did he pick up on his powers? He's like
when he whispered.
He just tried.
She fucked it twice, and then he did it again, and he did it
because she told him what to do. She said, "Fix your pitch." She literally said, "You did it at the wrong pitch."
So I just felt like he just picked up on his powers like too quick, especially for that sort of skill. I feel it takes time. You know, that's just me though.
I didn't.
I'm gonna have to get some pushback on that because it's like the Luke Skywalker with the Force type thing. It's like they already have access to the powers, so they're gonna have some ability to use it. So like, I don't know, but like he's clearly not good with it yet. It'd be weird if he could like do all these things like with it already, but like. He did like one thing with his powers.
But the most he did was have her take her muzzle off. Whatever.
That was all. That's all he got him to do, and he kind of did that like off of a fluke more than like he kind of did it off of a whim more than anything.
Fair enough.
And that's how it felt. It didn't feel like he like knew exactly what to do. It was like fuck it, like let me just give this a shot, or else my mom is gonna be tortured.
I did like how they knew sign language in like other languages.
I'm guessing he was taught
That
that.
seems
I
pretty
feel that's
smart.
something you teach your prince, sign language and all that stuff. I feel that's
Yeah.
I feel
Also,
that's
like,
something that like you wouldn't necessarily see all the time, but they did have, which I thought
also, I felt
made
like they
things.
had a feeling his life he was gonna get captured because they teach him how to fight, teach him how to do all this shit. Like he's literally been trained like since he was a youngin. Like I think they kind of realized that like, damn, like this kid is gonna be like being hunted after his whole life. So like, you gotta teach him shit like sign language in the inevitable chance that they get like muzzled up and handcuffed, which is like seeing the world he lives in was pretty likely for him to happen, like to happen to him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I have to say on that. What are some other characters we liked?
What are your thoughts
Talk about
on the villain, I guess, which is the
the
Baron
villains are
Vladimir
cool.
and
They're definitely scary. They're definitely imposing.
Yeah,
bro,
they're creepy.
I thought he was gonna be like tall and fat, but this man is like fat and he slims up and he's tall. Like
But he
his
just
anatomy is all sorts
floats.
of fucked up, bro.
He's
But he's
fat. He
tall
just
though.
No,
floats.
he's
Weird.
floating, and that's his robes going down. I thought he was tall initially. That's him floating.
Yeah, he just
He's just
floats.
really big,
Mhm.
and the robes are going down, or it looks really long.
I
But he
mean,
is definitely tall. He's definitely taller as a human, but he's not as tall, like with the
yeah,
like 20 feet tall or whatever.
he's still intimidating. Like
Yeah,
he plays it
when
well.
they had the betrayal scene, like that dude was like, "I promise that you'll join your wife, join her, or whatever." Like that
Yeah.
dude was scary.
But like it was a betrayal, but like I feel like he always knew he was never getting his wife back.
Yeah,
Which is
yeah,
why he gave him like the tooth. It was just like,
yeah.
like at least at this point you have a chance of killing him. Like I'm dead. My wife is probably already dead. I think he knew that. That's why he came and asked. And that's why he asked with so much boldness too. Like he wasn't like, hey, can I have my wife? He's like, you promised me my wife, so where is he? And he kind of says it bold like that because I think like yeah, he knows. Like that's why. I don't think if there's a thought that he believed his wife was alive, I think he would have went about a different way. But I think he knew like, yeah, this is where the road ends here. So I'm at least gonna go out like a man, you know.
Mm.
So I respect that. I like the doctor guy. I thought the doctor guy was I think he's a good character too. And I just feel like he just got forced into a really shitty situation. It's just like, how do I fix this? You know?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I still don't like the betrayal, but yeah, he had to do what he had to do. We got the villain out the way.
Also, I don't know if you guys picked up on this, but the fact
Well,
him, Skarsgård, and Oscar Isaac are supposed to be cousins.
oh,
So they're all related, and they're all kind of fighting over like this throne thing together. Like apparently, like they both have the witches also like have like kids like in that side, and so they're both kind of related through that and stuff. And so like during the kitchen scene, I saw this one video. It's like when he's like eating, being gluttonous or whatever. He's like, you have such a nice kitchen cousin or whatever, and kind of establishes the fact that these guys are all related, fighting over the same blood throne. And then they have like the ultimate power guy. I forget what his name is. We don't see him yet, but I'm really interested in that. The king or whatever his face.
So let's talk about like some of like the story and things about the film and things we liked. One thing I know you mean like Tim we touched on is kind of like the politics of the film. Like it's clearly this film is it's very on the nose. It's very obvious that like a lot of the messages themes in this film is like colonialism and like colonizing the Middle East, stuff like that. Like Europeans coming over to the Middle East, like taking resources. Not even just like Europeans, because like I think like they're making like it's like Europeans, like American, like taking resources from the Middle East. Like we in real life, a lot of like the first world countries take resources being oil from the Middle East. In this case, they're taking spices from this sand, the Dune, from the Fremen who live there.
And I mentioned the fact that the planet could be hospitable and it could be lush, but the fact that there's spice, they mine it and it stays that way.
So like, it's very on the nose with that, which is cool. I'm fine with it. Like, make it obvious, whatever. Because I think they expect this to be like a big thing. So you want to make it obvious to casual audience. But how do you guys feel about the way they went about kind of making this message, and how do you feel about the message as a whole?
I like it. I mean, I was telling you about it after we saw it together, and I just think it's a very unique concept, and like a lot of people were upset because they're saying, "Oh, it's like white saviors," but we haven't seen the final story yet. This is like the beginning, so I feel like the way it's playing out is just very interesting because it's very complex, like world of politics where these guys are fighting over this one cause for non-selfish reasons, and just the whole premise to me seems very interested with the whole magical element added in.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I'm not getting too much of a white savior vibe, mainly because, as you said before, they're not really trying to save this area. It's more of like you said, they know that the land could be hospitable, but they're purposely trying to make it that way by getting rid of the resources, because the resources are more valuable than making it a hospitable land, really. So they're not saving anything. They're just doing what's in their best interests, like, per se. And then, so I think that's like why, that's what I mean. That's why I keep bringing up this idea of we're not watching this through the perspective of the heroes of this story. That's why, like, even like I feel like guys like Duncan and Paul and the Duke are all honorable people. I don't think they're in an honorable system. Like, what they're not, like, and like it was kind of obvious, especially the way like the leader of the I forget the guy's name, and the leader of the Fremens came up and spoke to the Duke for first time, spitting on his desk and whatnot, like.
Well,
because you
I
realize,
don't think the spitting on the desk was a disrespectful thing. I think that was an actual thing because the
but no, but I get that. But clearly, when he was talking to him, he was not happy, like, with him.
Oh yeah, no, he didn't.
Who would be happy about this whole situation?
Yeah, it's like you're here. It's like I don't want any people on my land. I just want my spice and shit.
Just completely random. I really like the blue eye thing that they got going on. So that was like a cool little addition. But they definitely didn't have to add that at all. Like they could have gone with the movie without adding any blue eyes, but they did it, and I think it looks pretty dope.
I like the whole vibe of like all the different cultures. Like it's just very refreshing. Like both like the old like this like the Furman kind of seems like a obviously Middle Eastern-ish. It seems more like relic-ish, and then like the contradiction of like the whole sci-fi thing, which seems almost more like medieval and like Christian, but I don't know the way that the design clashes. I think it goes really well together.
There is a big contrast. I wish we saw more, but at the same time, I guess they couldn't show us too much because that would be too much stimulus, basically. Hopefully, the second part this is going to happen. We're going to get more of the Fleming side of things. Like there's. I can't wait till they show us the tunnels, the tunnels that they live in the cities. I can't wait to see what that looks like because it's probably going to look like amazing.
But yeah, one of my favorite aspects of the movie is just the whole production design. Like everything that was designed in this movie looks so. I just love the way things were and how they look. It's very unique and very just on point. I feel like it conveys everything very well.
Yeah, I think the movie is very visually appealing, which is like good to do, which is good.
It's also very like new and in its own like it. There's nothing else that I feel really looks like it.
I'm gonna disagree with you right there, because this idea in this story, in the way it looks, does not feel new. Although it looks very nice and I like it, which they do a great job, especially considering a lot of the movie takes place staring at sand. However, I don't feel like it's new at all. As I've talked about this, it's like, especially the way it looks like Star Wars. It looks like Star Wars. There are aspects of it that look like Harry Potter. The whole witch hand in the box scene looks like it'd be part of it could look like it came out of anywhere from Goblet of Fire to Deathly Hallows Part 2 from Harry Potter.
I mean, I understand there's like parts that look like Star Wars, but I can very distinctly tell that those are two different things. Like it has a very distinct look. That's what I'll say.
I feel like every movie that you can tell the movie, but I feel like the look is not distinct. I wouldn't say it's distinct.
To me, I feel like it is a lot.
I feel like a lot of it.
I really was attached to the look of this movie and how it feels and breathes. I guess that's just me though.
I mean, I don't disagree with that. I think it looks great. I think it's a very visually appealing movie, but I don't feel like it's new or original. I feel like I've seen all of this before.
I mean, by its nature, it's not original because there was a first Dune before this one. But I'm gonna have to side with Tim on this. I feel even though it's technically a refurbished concept, it looks great, and I think it looks completely different.
I think we're all in agreement that it looks great, but I don't think it looks different.
And that's why I side with Tim.
Okay, all right.
Tim is over here. I don't know if he's also there for you guys, but
no,
he's there.
Tim is over here for me.
Oh, then
he's up here. You're up here, and I'm on the bottom.
I sided with Tim then. Over there. That's so weird. I always thought we looked. Oh, damn.
No, I'm on my right, Brian, you're on my left, and Yusef's on my bottom. Yusef's the bottom.
Oh, wait. So, Tim, you and me have the same screen then. Me and Tim have the same screen, Brian. You're the one who's different.
Damn.
Well, I guess it changes when we got guests.
Yeah.
Damn.
Be on the lookout for new guests.
Also, well, I guess we'll talk about in the next episode of the podcast what might be happening with the podcast. We'll save that for secret for now.
I think we should start getting into the things we didn't like. I feel there's a lot of things we like, but like anything, it's not perfect. And I think we should get into
So since with that, I'll go first. Because it was pretty much nothing I didn't like. The only aspect of this movie I could say as a negative is the fact that it very much relies on the next movie coming out, and it's very much on a cliffhanger. It's not a full. It's a part of a movie. It's not a complete one. So very much is relying on what happens next. So if that doesn't end well, then it kind of tarnishes this. But for what this offers and what I think Denis Villeneuve will do with the next one, I think it's pretty much perfect in my eyes.
For things I didn't like about this film, there's not a lot I didn't like, but I will also say I wasn't like, I was telling Brian about this for the podcast, right? It's like, I liked the movie and I enjoyed the experience, but I wasn't like, I didn't go into the theater, watch this movie, and can thoroughly say I was blown away. Because I think what this movie really suffers from is, for me at least, it's just like I said, I've just seen a lot of this before already in elements like of movies like, Star Wars, Harry Potter. Trying to think of some other things that like remind me of like this. Well, really, it's those two big ones. Those are big ones. Star Wars and Harry Potter are the big ones that like strike out to me when I think about this film.
Would you say Star Trek? Because I feel
I've
there's
never
some
seen
elements.
Star Trek, so I can't speak.
There's a couple things I guess in there as well. But okay, that's a fair point. I understand that.
And that's like, I think like the biggest issue for me is I don't feel like this is something new. However, there are aspects of the film that are unique, like the whole little like voice speaking thing, the witch thing, the kind of idea of you don't know if the character's following the right path. You're kind of like, you really are in his mind, where like he doesn't know if he's making the right decisions, and you don't know if he's making the right decisions because you don't know where it's gonna go. And there's a lot of vagueness and a lot of things you don't know which play into the movie's hands. Like there's so much you don't know that it helps make the movie a lot more interesting. So I think, yeah, I said the thing I really don't like is just like not lack of originality, but it's just like lack of uniqueness.
Here's a crazy concept. Do you think he did that on purpose so that it wouldn't be too different? Like it would feel familiar enough that we wouldn't be completely like.
Well, I don't think there's a way to film this movie without it being familiar.
Also, I mean, something I also want to say is that this book was written in like the 60s and before Star Wars and the whole big sci-fi wave came out. This was kind of like, the book was definitely a pioneer of a lot of sci-fi elements, and there's only so much you can create that's new.
Yeah.
Denis Villeneuve definitely wanted to stay very, very true to the book, because he said like a very big passion of his since he was a little kid when he read the book, and he made this movie just like for himself. So I think he also has to consider that element of it. It is a pioneer for what it is in the sci-fi genre, and establishing things like that.
Yeah,
and that was what I was about to get into really, and say that they couldn't really do it any differently, because here's the big thing. This book was written before Star Wars, and like Tim said, it gave the inspiration to Star Wars. And the thing is, if he's going to stick to the book, he kind of has to make it in this way. And because it was such a heavy inspiration for Star Wars, but Star Wars is like obviously the more successful franchise and the more well-known standard franchise, everything that happens from here is just going to feel like a big attachment to Star Wars. And to no fault of the director or the cinematographer, but it's just like, That's just how the course of things have gone away. And that's why I can't, all the things I said, the lack of uniqueness are not things that I can really, like, I do fault the movie for that, but I'm not, like, saying this movie is bad because of that. Because I understand that. And I had to look at the movie for just, like, did I enjoy this? And the answer is yes. So that's really the only thing I don't really like about it. And I think that's why I think maybe I don't have a big connection with, like, Tim does, just because, like, I don't feel blown away by seeing this. It's just like, okay, I've seen this before. This is cool. And it's like, this is nice. Like, that's just kind of how I feel about, like, this is nice. I enjoy this. So, I don't know. Better than me hating it and dunking on it like we did with James Bond. So, sorry.
I've been trying to think of something. Like, I really have, but, like, I can't think of anything.
It doesn't do a lot wrong. That's the thing with the movie. The movie doesn't do a lot wrong. It does a lot of good things. So that's why it's hard to think of things you don't really like.
Like, it's good. Like, it's not. Some things are amazing. Some things are good. But nothing is bad. So it feels like I'd be like really like nitty picky. Like it would be something so small. Like, I mean, well, I just thought of something that I thought you were gonna say, which is the soundtrack. You said that the soundtrack wasn't all that impressive. I really
like the soundtrack.
I thought you were going to say the soundtrack because
I don't remember. I'll be honest with you. I don't remember the soundtrack at all. Like, I can't think of a single scene and think of the music that went with it.
I particularly remember the scene where they're waiting for Arachnis, and I was trying to find that song the other day because I really liked it, but I couldn't find it. But I remember that song very well. And then once they arrive on Arachnis, they got the bagpipes and everything. Also, Hans Zimmer did the score for this movie.
I was going to say the GOAT.
If you don't know,
GOAT was involved in this.
He is the GOAT. He is the GOAT.
Turn down. He was supposed to do Tenet. That's why wasn't in Tenet. He was working on this.
Oh, that's the way. Yeah, I was telling you stuff about that. I couldn't remember which movie it was, but it was Tenet. You're right.
I'm not gonna lie. I've been recently like working out to like some like score music, and some of that is Hans Zimmer's The Dark Knight.
Study that shit every now and then.
Study it.
Study to it.
Oh yeah. I was working out to like
listen to the Interstellar soundtrack.
I've done that before.
I listened to like a dog chasing cars from The Dark Knight, and that I was listening to that today. Actually, I was at the gym. I was benching, and that while you just getting those reps in, you're like, oh shit, Hans Zimmer was on his shit. That nigga different with his shit. So I was fucking with it heavy.
I just be listening to VeggieTales most of the time. I go to the gym.
Yeah, you and someone else that me and Tim know love VeggieTales. If you know, you know.
YouTube channel.
We gotta have him on the podcast.
Oh god, that'd be interesting.
I'd love to have him on the podcast. I'm not gonna lie to you.
We're open to
be unique.
We're not closed-minded. We'll welcome anybody.
Yeah. I'll ask him. If you're okay with it, I'll ask him because I want him to be on the podcast.
If you can get him on it, that'd definitely be an interesting episode.
I think that'd be one of our greatest episodes. He might, Leo. I think he has potential to be a fourth host, and I'll die on that hill.
All right.
So I'll say that. But yeah. All right. Anything else we gotta say for things we don't like?
I think that's it in terms of things we don't like.
So we've been doing this for about an hour now.
We should start
wrapping it up. Yeah. Only thing is, a lot of this is gonna get cut out because we talk about. Actually, now I'm gonna keep it in. Fuck it. I'm keeping not everything in.
No, everything in this episode's been pretty good.
It's been great. It's been hilarious, but it's just not a whole lot to talk about Dune. I'm gonna say this. A lot of this, I think there's everything in this movie is good. There's nothing in this movie is bad, like Bryce says. I think the issue is not everything is amazing. There are some things that are amazing, for me at least. But there's not like a large portion that's amazing. But everything is at very least good. So that's how I feel. But let's get into our final thoughts and reviews. So Tim, let's get your review first, since this is your
I very firmly would place this at a 9.5 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing I ding it for is what I said. It's like it kind of relies on the next movie.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a lot of faith in Denis Villeneuve with everything that he's done before. With this, I think he has a very strong vision. I don't think he will fuck it up. So, yeah, 9.5 out of 10 because I was really impressed by this movie.
Wow. I mean, I saw it coming. I mean, it's going to get a high rating. for me. I mean, I literally couldn't come up with anything bad about it. So I won't give it a 9.5 like Tim said. I will give it a 9 though. I will give it a 9. Just because I'm saving my 10 for a movie that blows me away, and it's not going to be Dune. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah,
9.5.
9 point. You gave it a 9.5.
Wait, no, 9. My bad.
And
I
Tim
gave
gave it a 9.5. Okay. I'm about to get killed. Okay, so I like this movie.
So if you put it on the same as James Bond, I'll be upset.
No. I'm not gonna sit here and just start acting wild. I'm not gonna get nasty on here, but I like this movie. I enjoyed it. It was a good movie theater experience. Like I said, there's nothing that's really bad in this movie, but not everything is amazing. It just felt good to me. Like, it was good. Like, I'd go and watch it again. I would go watch it again. It's a good movie. But not everything is amazing or unique to me. And not a lot of it stood out to me other than like a few things, like the witch stuff.
Also, I understand this isn't a movie for everyone necessarily. Like, I saw like one person I work with, she saw it because of Timothee Chalamet, which I don't know how much that has to do with it. But I mean, she didn't particularly fully enjoy it, and I understand that. I feel like it is like very like political and like kind of like that end. So people might not enjoy that, and they might want more constant action. But
yeah,
for me, I found this movie very entertaining. But it's not necessarily for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's entertaining. I like the political stuff. I like the witch. I think the witch shit is the shit I like the most. I think that whole witch power shit, I think it's so fucking cool. I like that, and I hope they ride that to the moon. I'm very interesting to see what happens with Zendaya and Timothée Chalamet. I'm very excited. I want to see the next movie. I want to first by saying that I do want to see the next movie and plan on seeing it. I did enjoy this. However, this movie gets a
2023
7.5 out of 10 for me personally. 7.5 out of 10 because I wasn't blown away. That's like what this movie suffers from. I just wasn't like, I enjoyed it, I just wasn't blown away. Like, I'll go and see the next one. The next one may blow me away. Some crazy shit might happen, but it's just like, it's the starter movie. It's the movie that starts the series. It hooks you in. Does a lot of good things, So I'm ready to see where this journey goes. But I'm not like, oh, this was amazing. Visual, like a lot of it, I feel like I've seen it before. So, but I enjoyed it. Thought it was good. Thought everybody get a performance. But it's a 7.5. It's a good movie. Sue me. I don't give a fuck. All right.
We all got our own opinions.
Any final thoughts or forever hold your peace before we wrap this up?
I'm Gucci.
Okay,
I got nothing else to say. I just want to say, Zendaya, you didn't do shit, bro. That's it. All right.
Listen, to piggyback off what Bryce said, Zendaya.
Oh shit.
Zendaya, let me talk to you real quick, shorty. Let me tell you something. Listen. You see, I know you've been hanging around with this Tom Holland guy. I know, like, you over here, oh, he's Spider-Man, he's so hot. Listen. Dr. Umar told you not to interact with the colonizer. Now, if you ever want to get yourself with a nice ebony, brown-skinned chocolate brother with curly hair and some, nice circle fit Harry Potter glasses, listen, my DMs are always open. My line's always open. Shoot your shot, Honestly, it's nice to see, some strong black couples together. I think you and me, we got a lot in common. I think there's a lot we can talk about. I could take care of you. I got a job. I'm great with kids. I know you got the money. I'm great with kids. So if you ever want to have kids, you need to stay at home dad. I can help you with that too. Very just need a nigga just to talk to, just get you feeling like, I'm here. Like, I'm a good listener, all that type of shit. So whenever you're ready to stop hanging around with a costume wearing Spider-Man ass nigga, you're ready to get yourself with your real nigga, you know where to find me. Yusef.Shah is my Instagram. DM me. Let's just, let's really make some magic happen. So just let me know what's up. And they, Disney's been thinking about hiring me. I know you like Spider-Man. Disney's been thinking about hiring me as Miles Morales. So I can be your Spider-Man. So when you're ready for that. So you're ready to get rid of him and come hook up with a real nigga, like, you know where to find me. So Zendaya, I think you did a great job in this movie too. I've been loving your work since Shake It Up. And I truly think that you are an icon and one of the best in our generation. So yeah. But you stay safe out there. As long as you happy. You do what makes you happy. So you stay safe out there. But you know where I'm at. But yeah, so
all right.
Bri, tell them where they can find us.
You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, and you can find
And
my
the other
SoundCloud.
platform.
I'm dropping remixes left and right now.
Nigga, you
can
stay talking about the
follow us.
SoundCloud. When I hop on there, you better be spitting some bars.
All right, I think I got everybody right. Instagram.
Yeah.
Instagram, and you can always follow us on Instagram.
Thank you guys for watching another episode of Film Dissection. Make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. Share with everybody you know, your friends, your family, your aliens, your dogs, the ghosts, the voices inside your head. Share it with them all. The other personalities living inside your brain. Share with every single one of them, man. Because we need views. We need your support. We need your help. And we care. Sorry, I got COVID.
You gotta save him. And the only way you can do it is by watching and promoting us.
Do you want me to die?
He'll ascend.
Do you want me to die? You can save my life by clicking that subscribe button right now. You can save my life by following us on TikTok and Instagram. You can save my life by sharing this with everyone you know. Do that. So, thank you again. We have been your hosts.
Here's the mic killer. I must not fear.
Thank you guys again.
Damn right.
This is another episode of Film Dissection. We're your hosts. We are over and out.
Yeah.